Okay, so I really don't normally do things like this, but Spirit has been urging me to just like clear my name. Not only clear my name, but to just, I'm just gonna go with the flow of this. So it's like nowadays we have to be very mindful of who we allow in our energy. Not only that, but you have to be mindful of who you are necessarily following at this time. To be mindful that people do not carry trickster spirits to them or shape-shifting type of energies as well. Through this experience, it has taught me a lot. Not only that, but I feel through my experience, I can also help to awaken others to this type of energy. Not only that, but to also bring light and shed light to a lot of these spiritualist community type of people and how they have went on an entire ego trip and allowed their ego to take over their discernment. Not only that, but allow their ego to lead them. You know, once you get a certain amount of followers and fan base, it kind of like goes to your head for some people. Some people don't know how to fully control or manage it, so they begin to go on a power trip to the point where they cannot even spiritually discern their own energy from the next, and then begin to project that energy onto others when in reality it's them. So with that being said, I want to just tap into Haggins or whatever and just shed some light on how she attempted to expose me for whatever her reasonings were. As you can see right here, she kind of made a post about me addressing her fans because they were trolling underneath a lot of my platforms saying that I was stealing her work and this and that. And I was like genuinely confused because to my acknowledgement, me and her had not had any type of like beef or fallout beforehand of this. So for her fans to be trolling me like that, and me and Gala have spoken before, and again, there was no type of misunderstanding between us. I didn't understand why she would like allow them to troll me the way that they were and would not say anything, you know? It was kind of like a little fishy to me. So I decided to like speak out myself and say something because at this point it was getting a little aggravating. And it's like nobody, like they were trying to say that I was like stealing her work and stuff, and I was like mimicking her energy or copying her energy. And in all honesty, y'all, if y'all go and compare our works, we are nothing alike. And it's just clearly obvious, it should be clearly obvious that I, have my own connection to spirit, my own source to spirit. And so I don't need to piggyback off of anybody else to kind of get information. I can do all of that myself. But she basically begins to attempt to expose me and say that I have been following her since Vaughn came to her or whatever. And yeah, how I'm copying her and I'm a hater. She also tried to expose the messages between us and tried to call me a fan because I was supporting her. If you refer to all of your supporters as fans, like, I don't even know what to say about that, because my supporters, I don't look at you guys as fans. I look at you as supporters. You're your own individual person. And just because you constantly agree with me on something does not make you fan type of energy. Like, it just doesn't. It makes you a supporter. We support each other. And the type of person I am going to support. If I feel that you are accurate, or if I feel that the things that you talk about is accurate, I'm going to support you, It's just that. And so it's like she tried to expose messages, but within the messages, she didn't post everything. She just posted what made her look good at the time and what made, what she was saying valid. She said that I was on her page soaking up everything that she said, and that basically I asked her for advice. She also mentioned how I thought that the rapper chick was innocent until she said that she wasn't. Now, anybody who has been following me from beginning to end knows that I started exposing Asian on my Twitter account. It got her attention and she exposed the messages herself as well. So that's how I ended up getting connected to her, because someone had told me that she had posted my messages. So, I had commented underneath, gave my support, and told her thank you. And then later down the line, that's when we begin to message each other in text. And so it's like, how is this the truth when it was clear that I posted the messages between me and Asian and exposed her before I even knew who you were? So it's like, you're saying that I am clout chasing or lying on you, but it seems like a bunch of projection to me to kind of further push whatever agenda that you had towards me. And I'm not going to sit here and claim that you had, I'm not going to name whatever agenda that you had towards me. I'm not going to label it. I'm not going to put any names on it. But I just know whatever it was not pure intentions. And it was not coming from purity as you claim that you are. Okay, so you guys, these were the messages that she supposedly exposed about me. And there were a total of about 4 or 5 messages that she posted. But I will attempt to slow it down so you guys can read. But basically, yeah, she called herself trying to say that from the jump I had been writing her and trying to get information on her. But in all honesty, when I was texting her in the beginning, I looked at it as 2 different readers coming together and getting confirmation from each other on what Vaughn had told the both of us, She never portrayed it to me as if it was a problem. The energy just felt innocent. But again, that's where our spiritual discernment comes in at you. Because I would get little nudges and feels, and I would just think it was my ego. I tried to deprogram my ego by thinking that okay, maybe it's just me and my trust issues or whatever. So I kind of overlooked it at the time. I didn't think too much on it. And it's I ended up being right about everything that I was feeling. Not only that, but I would get these dream downloads about her looking into my destiny. And sometimes in my dreams, I would speak to her and she'd just give me a type of look, and I never understood it. Again, I'm only 23 years old. When Vaughn first came to me, I was just starting out my journey as far as speaking to spirit. So there was a lot that I had needed to learn. A lot of discernment that I had needed to learn as well. And so I never once tried to portray to be the perfect person, or I never tried to portray to be the so number one gifted type of being. I make mistakes, I understand this, and my mistakes come with my own soul journey. I never knock anyone else for their mistakes, and I frankly don't care, so it just kind of baffled me to see her switch the way she did. Not only that, but to try to expose me when my only issue was with her fans, because that's my name. I'm trying to build me a name. So in the process of that, you're not going to come and say that I am a fake and I'm stealing her work. Nobody wants that type of energy put on them, especially when it's a lie. Like, of course I'm going to clear my name, and it's like, if there was not a problem, why wouldn't you want to clear my name too? Look at, like, the way that the messages were. There wasn't a problem. You were very aware that I had been talking and speaking to Vaughn. So how did it go from that to, me being a complete liar and me being jealous of you and hating on you from the jump, or whatever the case is? And it's like, if you have so much spiritual discernment that you do, and if you're such as tapped in as you are, wouldn't you had not known from the jump? Like, wouldn't you had known from the jump that I was full of BS if I am full of BS? Like, do that not make sense? Because you seem to be a very gifted woman, so it's like, you should know from jump if I'm full of shit. And yeah, this part right here really got me, because it's like, not only that, but you're allowing other people to lie on my name. You're just laughing and going with it like it's funny, like, and I just don't understand. The girl mentioned about how someone spoke on a spiritual wedding or a spirit wedding and tried to put it on me as if like I was the one who had said this or mentioned this. But if you look at an old interview that Gala had done a while back, you're gonna see that she is the one who
he was joking with me, and he called me his wife. Okay, and I only posted that because I wanted motherfuckers to know that he was still the same out about me. Listen, he was joking with me, and he called me his wife. Okay, and I only posted that because I wanted motherfuckers to know that he was still the same out his body car as he was inside his body car. I'm fine as fuck in real life. I can get a whole human. I can get somebody in the car. I don't have to run after spirits. Stop.
You allowed these girls to laugh and lie on my name, knowing you were the one who said this. So it's like, at this point, what are you really on? At this point, are you as genuine as you're trying to portray to be? Are you as pure as you're trying to portray to be? Because to me, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like you're projecting onto me everything that you are.
About me.
These are the messages between us. These are the messages between me and Asian. And I will let you guys see for yourself everything and be able to read for yourself and discern for yourself what was going on between these messages. You also mentioned about how basically, again, that I thought that she was innocent until you said that she wasn't. Now, if we go in the messages, it's clearly stating to Asian, I really just don't know. I fuck with you and love the bond we created, but I know something is off. But I know when something is off and don't feel right, and I want to be able to trust you. At this point, I begin to know and get the gist that she was not being truthful with me. So, with that being said, I went and exposed her once I began to actually start trusting, because Vaughn would do things like he would kind of give me little information about her, or kind of sweet talk her in a way to get her to give up information. So it was confusing me a little bit, but then he would turn around and talk shit about her. So that's when I was like, well, if he loves her, why is he talking shit about her? Why is he calling her names and things like that? And that's when you ask and you shall receive. And so Spirit and him started to show me that she really was not as truthful as she claimed to be. And at that point, I began to expose him, and that was the beginning of everything for me. So it's again, my only goal was to get Vaughn's story out. That was literally my only goal during this entire time. And it's going to continue to be my only goal. But I'm going to also clear my name up as anybody should, And it's out here, you have to learn to be spiritually discern. You have to learn your spiritual discernment. You have to learn to trust your intuition. When spirit is telling you something or someone is off, something is off about them, you need to listen and learn. It don't matter who they are to the public light. It don't matter what image that they portray to be in the spotlight. You have to use your spiritual discernment when it comes to a lot of these people. When it comes to a lot of these readers within the spiritual community, stop giving your all to them. Stop worshiping them. Stop allowing their fear to take over you to the point where you submit and listen. Even if something does not seem logical or right, you still go against your greater judgment and discernment because of their discernment, because of their gifts. No, we're all gifted. We're all powerful. We all have gifts that lie within us. You know, I do not believe that, like, yeah, some people be more tapped in than others, but it's not a place that one person is that you cannot reach as well within yourself, you know? We all have our own spiritual gifts, and you unlock your own powers as you begin to believe in yourself and elevate. And that's just the truth of it. You have to be very mindful when it comes to just who you're giving your energy to. Not everyone deserves your energy. Not everyone deserves your time. Sometimes it is very hard to believe certain things because you want to put someone on a pedestal because of whatever reasons that is. But the truth is the truth, and the truth will also always come out. The truth will always come out, you know? And it's just like, these are the messages between me and her that she went to expose as well, and put what she wanted to put again in the screenshots. And it's like, I came to you just letting you know about yourself, because it's like, at the end of the day, you can portray to everyone else that I am a liar or whatever the case is, but between me and you, we know the real deal. We know what's up, and anybody with any type of brain and logic can clearly see as well that something is fishy about this shit. And so it's like, you literally projected everything about yourself onto me. You gotta make up lies because you intimidated. Sis, you're making up lies because you're intimidated. I'm 23 years old. You took a look into my destiny, and that irritated your soul. You flipped, you switched because you knew that I could be just as powerful as you, or even more powerful than you. And you went and you took this, and the ego took over your mind, and you begin to be driven by jealousy, rage, and hate instead of love. Like Gia needs. We need love. This planet needs love to thrive. And it's like you claim that you're so pure, but does any of this seem pure? Like, no, it doesn't at all. It seems very fishy and very, like, spiteful and hateful. Like, you had to have had some type of energy towards me already to even go to this extent of posting our messages and posting multiple statuses about me and trying to call me such a fraud and a liar. You know, it's just really wild to me. It really shocked me, to be honest. And she's like, it's like, even through that, like, I can feel all of the rage and energy, and it's like, no, just be like, you claim that I spoke on your name, but if we were cool prior to this, why would you not want to clear my name as well? Like, if you know damn well I wasn't stealing your work, if you know damn well I had been talking to Vaughn just as well as you had, why would you not want to clear my name? Like, in the messages, y'all can see there was no prior beef until, you know, me mentioning about how her fans were trolling. Like, come on, make it make sense. It seems to me that you want to be the only one speaking to Vaughn. You want to be looked at as the only one who communicates with him, when in reality there's many that communicates with him, and he's told me this multiple times. You know, and it's crazy as well that, in all honesty, he was the one giving me the downloads of everything that you were doing to me, everything the way that you were, he was snitching on you because he had no choice. The way that my spirit guides work, my spirit guides is not going to let me help any spirit if within a spirit realm you're not owing me any type of loyalty back and I'm doing something for you in return. And he knows this, And so he had no choice but to spill the beans on everything that was going on. Vaughn would literally come in my dream and give me dream messages on what was going on. And so it's like, if anybody is portraying to be anybody else, if anybody is lying, who's really the liar here? And it's like, I get that, people may feel like because of how long she's been in the game that this can't be possible or this can't be true. No, people need to wake up. You need to wake up. You don't know a person. You do not truly know a person. And if your gut is telling you something is off about a person, something is off about them. And that's just the truth of it. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's the truth of it, literally, And so it's like people have to be more mindful again of who you are giving your time and energy to, who you're giving your money to. Like, a lot of these readers are on a whole ego trip at this moment. They're no longer in this for the people. They're in it for self-gain and self-pleasures. And as long as you working out of your ego, like, nothing good will ever come to you. You will forever be bitter and mad and miserable. And it's like, at the end of the day, this video is not to convince anyone to believe me. I frankly don't give a fuck. This video is just to clear my name up and to also bring light and shed light and awareness to the fact that we do have readers out here portraying to be something that they're not. And it's like, don't get caught up in the hype. Do not get caught up in the hype. And have a mind for your own. Don't allow someone to think for you. Spiritually discern things on your own. And, that's kind of all I got to say to this. It's nothing else to really tap into or to even too much focus on for too long. But my spirit guides were encouraging me to make this video because, again, I am only 23 years old and I have such a big heart that a lot of times when people do me wrong, I still don't feel the need to, retaliate. But at the same time, I do have a right to clear my name. I do have a right to speak my truth because my truth deserves to be heard, and it will be heard. And those who feel me will migrate towards me, and anyone who does not, I send you on your way with love and light. And so with that being said, I thank everyone for listening for this long. If you have, don't forget to take your spiritual baths and cleanse yourself. Rid yourself of any negative energy that you may have felt or do feel during this time. Don't forget to stay prayed up and blessed. And you guys have an amazing rest of the night.